Hey everyone, working on this '05 Jeep Grand Cherokee today. I'm going to be replacing the ignition switch. Now I'm not sure what years covers which. This one's an '05 model and it basically looks like this. So it's located right behind the key, right here. Now, the easiest way to do this is basically taking it out from underneath the dash. If you pull on your cover down here, just give it a little tug underneath the dash. That should pop right out, and if you look right up in there, then you'll see the switch. Let's see, not sure if you can see it right there. There you can. Right there's a switch. Now it does have one screw hanging onto it on one side, and it makes it kind of tough to get to it. Plus it has to pop over the little notches, so I'll go ahead and show you basically how to take it out. So once you pull that down, there's a couple different ways that you could do it. I like to go ahead and pop the electrical connector off on it. So put a screwdriver up in there, pull the little safety out, and then squeeze the bottom side and pull on the electrical wiring to disconnect it. And you got the wire going up to the other deal right there. So there, see how I disconnected that? Now you'll be able to remove the whole thing out and replace that. So you are going to need to remove this panel around your speedometer and stuff. You pull on it. Some of them come off fairly easy. If you grab it down here, sometimes you can get it off. There it goes. Just pull that straight up. Pull it off. Remove that out of the way. It's just got some spring clips back behind it there. And the reason why you remove that is because if you look right here, there's a screw right here that you got to undo. So next you want to use a little plastic removal tool right here. Get it up next to the ignition switch. Pull that little cover off just like that. Let me show you back behind here. Now it's got 3 clips on there. Once you pull that off, there'll be a screw here and a screw there that needs to be removed. Now on this particular one, it's a T20 on the outside here. Once you get these loose, go ahead and come up here with the same T20 and get this one up here. You want to try to be careful whenever you're removing this one, because if you happen to let it bounce and it goes back to the right, it might go back behind your trim pieces there, and then it's going to have a lot harder time pulling them out or finding it, especially if it gets lost back behind there. But go ahead and remove these screws out. So once you get those 2 screws out and that one, you might have to push down on the ignition switch a little bit from behind, but it should pop back like that. Then you can come over, go up underneath here, and just pull the switch back and down. Now the electronic module is over there on the side for the key. If you twist it counterclockwise from what you're looking at it, if you go counterclockwise with it, then strain it up as you're coming down. Just kind of wiggle it out there. You do need to keep an eye for your wires. Once you get down to this point though, bring it out just like this, and you got complete access to the screw that's back behind there. Now that screw back there is at least on this one, it's a T10, so you want to remove the screw right here. And you have to get the ratchet on it. Be careful, that's a little bitty tiny screw. Once you get that little screw out, put this right back up in here because I didn't let the electrical go on the other. Okay, there, I got the camera on the mount now. So if you go right up in here to this notch, push up on it, or you push up on it, then pull back slightly with the switch, and then go up to the top, and do the same thing for this one up here. Just you have to push down on it, and where you push down, Now it's really hard to see with the camera, but if you push down on it right here, then they'll pop out, and then you'll be able to pop the switch off and go to the bottom again. And there, you see how that slid out? So once you slide it out, it'll pop off just like that. And then you can turn around, get your new switch. Be careful with the little end there. You can see it aligns with the shaft right here. Put it right back up in there with the new one. I'll just wiggle it just a little bit, just make sure it's seated. And then I'm gonna readjust the camera right here. Then go ahead, once it's seated, and just push the new switch back up in there and seat it down just like that. Now you want to make sure that you get that screw back in the back there, because if you don't do it now, you're going to have a tough time getting it back in once the ignition switch is back in its hole, and then getting the socket on there to get it to screw in. So just make sure that you go ahead and remember to put it in right now. So now that you got that screw on there, then it's time to reassemble, or go ahead and place it back in.
Hi. I'm basically his son. Right, Dad?
Basically, I guess.
And right now, my dad's about to end the video because we're about to have to go to the house and eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's dinner time. I already told you. I already told you.
I thought you said it was pizza time to order pizza, and I said, I'm not ordering pizza. I think Mom's cooking.
Bye. My dad's gonna finish work on this.
Yep. So then you'll put the switch back up in its hole. You want to make sure that the wiring back here, this little tab that you took off, see it only stretches down that far, the one that actually connects to that, so that you only got to disconnect to give you room. But whenever you put it back up in there, just twist it counterclockwise again to get this little module up and over. It's on the back side, and I'm talking about this module right here. You want to get it facing upward basically, and twist the whole thing. And then once that module gets up in there, then you'll be able to twist the whole assembly back. It takes a little bit of patience, but it's not too bad. And once it gets up in there, you'll twist it back. You'll slide it up in the hole, and then you can go up top here, and you'll start seeing it come through here, but you'll just slide it back up in to the hole right here. Remember to reconnect your harness right here. Just push it back up on the clip, push the safety on there, go ahead and screw these screws back in. So once you get the switch back in there, go ahead and just start popping all your panels back in. That flew out.
Yep, that flew. That's kind of funny.
Alright, that's back on.
So now my dad just has to connect the wires back.
Now the last thing is fold this up.
And then you're good.
Yep, you're good. They just replaced the ignition switch on a Jeep Grand Cherokee 05 model.
Alright guys, so like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yep.